Hello everyone, our team name is Raw Ingredients and our project is called Glass. So basically we have designed a programming language from scratch. Along with that we've built a virtual machine for its execution, and we've also created a debugger which has really cool features implemented onto it. So essentially the idea for this project came from the fact that we wanted to make debugging easier, and this also makes coding more illustrative, and we can check if our code is type safe as well. It also gives an overview of how computer assembly works. Another thing, it also is a really good demonstration of how the functioning of a stack really is. Okay, so here's the coolest part of our entire thing. It's called a debugger, and this is how it looks. So this is basically the assembly like code, and over here you can see the program counters, and these are the instructions. Basically this says that, for example, jump to line 30. So when I click the right arrow key, it actually executes it, and we have jumped to program counter 30. So over here it's pushing the value 2. If I'm clicking the right arrow key, I can see actually all of this happening on the stack, which is a great visual for actually learning also. Then we store it at the position 0. Like this, when we press the right arrow key, it goes forward in the program, and when we press the left arrow key, it goes backward in the program. The thing about most debuggers is that you don't have the option to go backward, and that is a cool feature that we've enabled, and that's what we're basically labeling as time travel, is that you can go backward in the program as well. Over here you have all the global variables on display, and over here you can see the live output. For example, if I push the number 10, you can see it happening in the stack. Then I store it at position 1, and I can drop it as well and push the number 20.
As you can see in this program, as you continue, now 20 is stored into a variable and then it is dropped again. Now the program will load the value of x and y and then add them for a new variable result. Let's quickly run through it. And as you can see, the value got stored into the variable 30. The cool part of this is, before the values of x and y were loaded into the stack, you could have changed them to fit your type and check for errors. See, the next step is to load the value of x. I can go around and check the value of, change the value to 100, and then you can see that the new value of x equal to 100 is loaded into the stack. Now the sum is 120. So this shows that you can on the fly change the global variables and test different parameters, and also reverse the program. This is an interesting feature, not in other languages, and the output also changes accordingly, and it repeats if you repeat the code. Another really cool feature is that, for example, whenever I press the space bar, it iterates through the code like so. When I'm pressing the key B, it creates a breakpoint over here. After that, I'm going backward in my code using the left arrow key, and once I press the spacebar again, it actually breaks at the breakpoint and stops here. This is extremely useful for debugging. Run you through some of the architecture of a language. Each programming language starts with a lexer. A lexer is what converts the string of letters in a computer program into different tokens, such as the keywords such as let, if, else. The lexer's job is to take that stream of characters and convert into tokens. The lexer does not care about how the tokens are structured, it just gives you a stream of tokens. The job of the grammar of the language comes in the compiler or the lexer, or the parser. The parser handles the actual grammar and how the code will be interpreted by the programmer. In our program, it takes a stream of tokens and converts them into what we call opcodes. Opcodes are just the assembly instructions which our virtual machine runs. So basically, getting to the VM, that is the virtual machine. So basically we have VM underscore step here, and over there we have defined all of these operations, right? So we also support integer, float, boolean, strings and arrays. We have control flow, and that includes jumps, conditionals and function calls with frames, and we have rich operations as well that include comparisons, array manipulation, string operation, logical operators, and memory management. So all of this is defined in our VM, and how it works is that this function VM step essentially reads one opcode at a time and manipulates the stack according to that. It also has good error handling, considering the fact that it can handle errors like stack overflow, type mismatches. So basically what we said earlier, we can actually check if the code is type safe or not, or like things like division by 0. It's also basically like an interpreter that executes compiled bytecode by processing instructions sequentially, managing through stacks and heaps. And finally, I would like to add our project is an complete programming language. Documents file, you can file the reference.toy. It contains how different syntax is supported and how to write actual programs in a language. What my favorite part about our language is that we actually solved approximately 20 LeetCode problems using it. Thank you so much.